Dawson, it really, obviously you're not playing 5-on-5 today when you were at the open practice, but do you really feel that there's a shift in this team in terms of the pace at which you guys are able to play with some of the other guys who have come in now?
Yeah, I think it's great. Obviously, even out there today, I think it was really high pace. But at the other side of it, we're laughing, smiling. Like I was enjoying the full practice. So see the fans there, and them smiling too. That's obviously a bonus for us. But yeah, with the pace, obviously I seen it in the first preseason games, and I think we're really headed in the right direction. And I think today was another step towards that.
What do you think what does that direction look like to you that you guys are heading in?
Yeah, well, obviously, we want to make sure we put as many wins up on the board as we can, and that's the goal. Obviously, you want to go as far as you can during the year, and I think we've had a good start to the preseason games. We've been in all those games, coming out with some wins, and I know those are only the one shows and that's it. But obviously, they're the games that prepare us for the real season, and I think we're using them to our advantage right now.
You and I have talked about your ability to play both center and wing. You've had an opportunity now to do both in preseason games and in practice. What are you liking about the way both those positions are working out for you right now, especially knowing, needing that versatility in your game because of centerman going down?
Yeah, obviously, big bonus for the staff and our team, and for me, obviously. If it gives me another role to play that they see me playing, and like I said, being on the wing, being on center, it don't really matter to me. I think I'm just going to go out and play my game, and obviously when one man goes down, you always need those guys to step up and play a bigger role sometimes, and obviously with Nico just on the sidelines there now, I'm just stepping in there and playing good. And like I said, even if I play wing the full year, I'm still going to practice my face-offs every day. It don't matter if I'll take 1, 5, or 10. I'll practice them, make sure I'm ready, and I'll be ready to play wing or in the middle.
What's it been like working with Andrew Burnett? He seems again, we've talked about it a little bit, but he seems very hands-on, especially when it comes to working on that power play. What can you tell me about him, what you're learning about him as a coach?
Yeah, obviously good. I think he's really easy to talk to, which is really great right now. He's speaking to us. The communication's good. When you can joke kind of back and forth and just chit-chat. I think that's always the best way to get the points across, where you take each other serious, but at the same time, we're all working towards the same thing. So he knows that we want to get better. He's trying to help us do that. And I think just us, working on that, even today, just on those special teams, is really going to come together when, that puck drops on day one.
With a couple cuts being made earlier, or I guess over the weekend, and now they'll start coming a little more at a faster pace. Are you looking forward to the next part of training camp where you sort of get down to that nitty-gritty group of who you guys are going to be?
Yeah, well, I think obviously you're all looking forward to it. The more every day that passes, it's closer to game one of the season. So I think that's exciting, and but really, I think all the guys here right now is really gelling together, and we guys are always in the system. Everyone, you're talking to them, and I think just obviously we're all, like I said, working towards the same goal. So I think no matter how many guys are here or not, it's a great feeling. But yeah, I can't wait for those days to start ticking off, so then we can get back to the day one of the season.
Thanks. John, one of the things that I was talking to Brendan about earlier this week was the fact that you guys have been a pair throughout all of camp. Do you sort of enjoy having that opportunity to not sort of mix around and just start developing that chemistry?
Yeah, definitely. Just to be able to get that chemistry kind of early on here in camp and practice together and play together in some games and learn each other's tendencies, I think that's huge.
What do you like about the way maybe you complement each other with your different styles of play?
Yeah, kind of go hand in hand. He's pretty defensive, and hopefully I can bring some offensive too. But I mean, we're both kind of a shutdown deep pair, and that's what we hope to bring to the team.
What's it been like for you? Obviously, new team, new environment, new people. What have these last couple of weeks been like?
Yeah, it's been great. Just learning kind of the new environment, the new guys on the team. But they've been great here and made it pretty easy on me.
What's it been like working with someone like Ryan McGill?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, he's got a lot of feedback for us, and we got a long way to go. But we're excited to work with him.
What are some things that I saw Brendan Smith working with you after practice a couple times? What are some things he's been talking about, and how has his mentorship been so far? I know it's only 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, obviously he's been around a while too, and I'm just trying to learn from him too. If he has any tips or anything, obviously I'm all open ears, and just being able to communicate with him, I think that'll be great for us.
in Pittsburgh, how much did you absorb from the veteran guy there? Because all veterans really in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, of course. There's a lot there for sure. I mean, playing with some of those guys, was pretty special, and hopefully I'll be able to take what I learned from them and bring it here.
And how does camp feel so far? How do you feel in your games? You finding your rhythm? You feel better? I mean, is this kind of what you expected?
Yeah, feeling pretty well. Obviously they're a fast and skilled team. Playing in the game so far. I mean, I think everyone's been playing pretty well, and we just hope to carry that on in the regular season.
Do you enjoy that pace, the way everyone sort of plays in that mode?
Yeah, for sure. It's fast transition, everything here. So, yeah.
Lindy, one of the things that I've noticed over the last couple weeks, maybe even days, is just the pace at which you guys are playing, whether it's in preseason game or in practice. Are you seeing a new level of pace this year in the group that you have?
I believe we are. I think the message has been try to go shorter, but have a higher level of pace. I thought today that the pace, and we worked on some different stuff. I thought the pace was really good, and I think it's a good place to be. We know how much we're going to play. Maybe when games get heavier, you may see the pace go down a little bit.
What did you kind of enjoy just for your team to have fans in the crowd today?
Just to see them enjoying some of the special plays inside the the 6-on-5, the 4-on-4, 3-on-3, and when they see somebody do something special, you can hear the crowd noise, and I think it's one thing to watch it on TV or maybe see it somewhere else, but to see it live, I think it's special for your fans. That close.
When you consider having a game tomorrow, how are you looking to sort of formulate your lineup? Do you feel that this might be a last opportunity before some big cuts for some players to make an impact?
Well, I think obviously we're getting close to cuts. There's guys we want to look at, young guys we want to continue to look at, some new guys that we want to make sure we get playing time, they get comfortable with playing with each other. I think there's some competition with key young guys that we'll continue to look at, and obviously the roster will get smaller as we go here.
What has impressed you the most about the way John Marino plays and what he brings?
Just how steady he's been. He, pretty well makes the right play. Keeps the game real simple. Has the ability to read and jump up with the play and get involved, which we've seen. And I really feel with the type of game we want to play, that's really important.
Got to be optimistic about the goalie situation. Obviously, they played well. What does that look like from your perspective?
Yeah, well, exactly what you said. They've played well. Blackie gave us a great night. The goalies have given us a good night in every game. And I think when that happens, you have a good chance to win every game. We're generating enough chances. We gave up way too many chances. Talked about it as a team today that we weren't detailed enough. We didn't get to the right spots quick enough in our defensive zone. And give the Rangers some credit. The pressure they applied forced some turnovers and some big opportunities.
Do you think Mackenzie not having to think about how his body is feeling in terms of his health has really sort of allowed him to take another step in this training camp?
Well, I think when your mind's on your injury, there's something bothering you. I think it affects anybody. I don't care what line of work you're in. And if you're constantly having something bother you, you're not very good at what you do. And I think that to have all that behind him and feel better and better as camp goes, it's a big positive.
What has Fabian Zetterlund showed you so far in his camp?
Skating well, competing hard. Again, we got a good look at him at the end of last year, and I thought he played some real good games for us. But continue, want to see if he can push up and be a consistent scorer. He's going to be a guy that's just going to be really hard to play against. So again, he's a guy that we're looking at in these next few games to see what he brings.
What have you seen from the PTO guys? Have they done anything in camp that's really impressed you so far?
I think they're just in one big competition. I mean, they're in a competition to try to impress. They're in competition with our young guys that have a couple of years behind them now. So you just continue to evaluate.
When you look at that 7 spot on defense that potentially is available there, do you have an idea of what type of player you need in that role, or is it really just the guy who shows the best?
I think everybody brings something different. Do we want an offensive guy sitting in the 7th? Do we want I know that when you have a young player and he's not playing a lot, you don't want him sitting there as a 7. So, there's a lot of stuff that goes into consideration with the type of player you want sitting around. Whether that's more of a veteran guy or maybe you want to split some duty with your 6 and 7 because a young guy has played well. But I know if a young guy's going to get better, he's got to play.
Last for me, what are your expectations for Damon Severson this season? Obviously, he's heading into a contract here. Is there any raise expectations from that?
No, just to be, we really felt he had a good year last year. I think he needs to build off that. I feel he has another level still, but he put together a good year, and we're hoping for that and plus a little.